Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeons and Decoctions podcast. My name is Brennan.
Zach's far away.
Zach's microphone just decided to die.
God, my neighbors are actually mowing their lawn for once.
And I was Jason at one point, but Zach's talking about his neighbors.
No, I heard you. I heard I'm Zach.
Zach.
Sorry. I don't know what happened, but I just noticed I haven't seen my neighbors mow their lawn all summer, so this is just an anomaly, and I was very confused.
No, you're good. But yeah, how's everyone doing? How's everyone's lives?
No, I'm all right.
Just vibing. Absolutely
How's everyone's jobs?
loving life.
Yeah,
Absolutely loving it.
It's hopefully getting there eventually.
Yeah, I'm bad at mine.
Oh, mood. Big mood. Large mood.
You're not bad at yours. Just
Um.
oh shoot, I can't remember her name now. It's a T.
Nah, don't even need to worry about it.
All right, news. Zach, do you have any quick news?
They added a bunch of stuff to Game Pass.
Nah, they didn't.
No?
A lot of cool games coming out soon. Andor comes out on Wednesday. First 3 episodes, and so does the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, which I'm excited for. Anybody else have any other quick news?
Having a heart palpitation?
They had the Nintendo Direct. Did I watch it? No. Do I know anything about it? Even less.
They announced a lot of stuff at it.
Yeah, they did.
So take a look at it. I don't know where you'd look at it. Just Google it.
So I have news that's kind of part of a story to talk about, I guess.
You're pregnant?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Better.
Anyway, so Warhammer 40k, we know this, we love this. I'm a fan. Zach's a meh kind of fan, I guess. I don't know. Well,
I just want to be able to. I want to be able to play it.
Yeah.
But especially right now, especially since you are like 1,000 miles away, you kind of can't do that. And I don't feel like going out in public with my tiny army.
Fair enough.
I thought you were going to say something else. Tiny something.
So Leagues of Votan, it's Jason, it's Space Dwarves. Essentially, it's an
Dwarves, but in space?
Yeah. So the squats, they had them like in the early versions of the game, but they kind of screwed up the dwarves, and they were like, you know what, whatever, and they kind of just forgot about them, and they haven't made models for them since the 80s or 90s. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments, but we got them teased.
A little bit of teasing.
April Fool's Day this year, but it was real. And the squats are coming back for the Leagues of Votan, and pre-orders are going live pretty soon. They have this big collector's box. Oh, big. They have an army start box. It's got 2 of their like basic troop units. So that's pretty decent. And then
so you best buy it.
2 characters and 3 of their little fast attacks. It's a pretty good value. It also has a full codex and like all the stuff you need to play the army. Shy of dice.
You should buy it then.
Oh, I don't. I might. Actually, so what I was gonna get at was they might actually end up being my second main force. I know it's zero surprise because I play the Space Vikings and I want to play the Space Dwarves. Zach, do you want to talk about your army for like 2 seconds so I'm not talking for 10 minutes straight?
I mean, right now I have a very, very like I think I have like 8 to 10 pieces models for a Gene Stealer cult army because they just sounded really cool and they were also kind of fun to paint. Unlike a certain person that we know,
God,
was something very easy to paint and a pain in the ass to find rules for. Yes, I'm singling you out. But if I were to choose a second army, I would probably go Space Marines. But I'd probably either go Salamanders are really cool. I just like the fact that they're like giant beastly men that Jason that are just ridiculously nice. Like they look terrifying, especially since they're like ash colored skin, beaming red eyes, are like 7.5 feet tall, burn everything to a crisp, but then they're like the nicest out of the 20 legions.
Yeah.
That or the Alpha Legion.
Yeah,
that one just
you
seems
seem like
really
an Alpha
cool.
Legion kind of guy.
I like the political, how they literally they're Space Marine in name only, because they really just they don't do anything stoic. They just try and sow dissent as much as possible.
Yeah. So the Leagues of Votan, they've a few like content creators, like big Warhammer channels, have gotten their hands on this box already, and they've had them for like about a week, I believe. And I've watched one battle already, and there's another one going live at noon with 40k in 40 minutes that I'm excited to watch. Noon today. It's very interesting. So a lot of 40k, armies have a lot of synergies and like ways to play them. There's nothing like outright broken in the game completely in big 40k, but these guys bring some interesting stuff to the table. They're super, super durable. There's like, they have a special rule. I can't remember exactly. Like I said, I've only watched a little bit of it and I don't have my hands on the codex, but they literally, you can't re-roll hit wounds against them and stuff like that. Even if you have an army rule for it or like have a character that does it, you still can't. So they're pretty durable in that sense. And they have this thing called a railgun that is just disgusting. And I'm really excited to see how they play because they're super slow to get across the board. But once you get up there, they're insanely strong. But they also have like objective grabbers with their bikes. Anyway, I'm really excited to see that. As a quick little 3-4 minute segue.
Yeah, let's get into the topic of it's trending right now on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's get Jason's viewpoint since he has the least experience in the IP. What did you think of the first episode of Cyberpunk Edgerunners?
I was uncomfortable with like within I think it's the first scene when it like
the brain dance.
Yes. And
are you talking about not the cyber psycho brain dance, but like the one that happens afterward?
Of course, he's talking about the one afterwards.
Exactly. Yes. I just wasn't prepared for it, and then it happened, and then I said, "That was a second," and I didn't even know what I saw, and then I saw it, and I went,
I think that was the point of it, honestly. But
oh yeah, 100%. Like it's supposed to like.
I didn't enjoy it either. I was like, okay.
And then later on, when it's Doc and it's the other like, the second time that happens, I go, It's an okay show for now. See, I have no like experience playing the game. The only thing I know is that Keanu Reeves was like in it, or was a character, or was like inside his mind or something.
Yeah.
So like, there's no Keanu. I'm like, oh well.
So my question to you, Jason, is there any, and this is kind of why we wanted to have you on the episode for sure and watch at least one of the episodes of the anime. Is there any like interest garnered by you to play the game now, or are you still kind of because it's something
not from the anime, like not from watching it. I'm like, okay. But I mean, I don't know if it were on Game Pass and I could play it for. Is it on Game Pass?
No,
I don't think.
If I could play it, for free, or like play it like on the Game Pass, then I would play it. But I don't anticipate buying it.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
But that's the way it was with. I wasn't planning on buying like Hades, and I wasn't planning on buying Tunic, and I wasn't planning on buying Ori and the
Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps, yes. But I've played them and I really like them. Or like Garden Story, I didn't even know what that game was, and it's a cute little game. So all of these games I haven't had to purchase, but I've played them. So if it were like an opportunity where I could, find the game and play it without having to spend money, because I don't have money.
That's a big move.
Then I would. But I don't know, like the first episode was very like fast. Like there was nothing that happened. I cringed when they're like under the bridge or whatever, and it's like the one cool kid from school, and he like does kung fu. I literally said, somebody had to animate this. That was awkward. Like
I also think that's the point of it, is how ridiculous and over the top it is. But I get what you're saying.
He was like punching and punching and punching like in the face, but not making contact because he's showing how tough he is. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely think that was the point.
I
Just
dropped one big
cringy.
I took one big K. And
that makes the payoff later way better.
Well, when he beats the crap out of him, yeah.
How far did you get, out of curiosity?
Lucy rescued him or not rescued him. Lucy kicked him out of the ambulance is where I'm at.
Okay, so you're close to the end of the first one.
I think he's close to the end of the second.
I meant to say second, because end of the first is when he walks into the Ripper dock, right? And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, and that's I was like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Psycho, get out of here. Go and get dogs. I have all of them in my room right now because we just had the carpets cleaned.
Yeah, a cyber psycho, if you would.
Get out of here. But yeah, so, and I guess I'll go second because I'm the second most least experienced with this IP, I guess.
Yeah, third best in Italian.
I have 2 episodes left on the show. I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a few times where I'm like, okay, can something happen now? And it starts to take my interest away a little bit at times, but I still appreciate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But for me, I played Cyberpunk for all of 4 hours. So got through the intro because it's stupid long.
Yeah, it is. But I kind of like that because each.
It's good though. It's not long like Pokemon Legends Arceus is long.
Yeah.
Where it's okay, I want to freaking do something. No, you're still doing a lot, and it's a very interesting intro and very necessary. But it is 4.5 hours long if you're playing it the way I played it. But I mean, like Zach said and I said, it's there's a point to it. It's good. It sets up a lot of story. I am now close to 20 hours on it, even with only a couple of days. The show really, really brought me back into the IP, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching it, I was like, man, yeah, I'm playing this. So
yeah, heard your Xbox turn on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So what aspects of the show did you like? What do you think the show did well?
I think it sets up.
For me, I really like the artistry.
Yeah,
I would 100% agree.
Oh, the art fits so well. I mean, it fits the universe so well. I don't think Zach, you've mentioned this. Not everything needs to have full on Demon Slayer UFO table style animation. Yeah, it looks amazing, but not everything needs that. And I think this is a great example of that because this animation fits so perfectly, and it's as amazing to me.
Oh yeah,
visually.
For viewers that don't know, it's done by Studio Trigger, and 2 of their biggest things, or I guess 3. They did Darling in the Franxx, if I'm not mistaken. They also are famous for Kill la Kill, which is really just over the top. I mean, you watch Cyberpunk Edgerunners, it's pretty much that, but different universe. And they also did an episode in Star Wars Visions. It was the brother versus sister episode, I think.
Yeah. With Am and Kara or whatever.
Yeah, and which was also over the top, but really that's cool. Kind of their thing, and it works.
Yeah. I think the show does action well most of the time, and music with it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is towards the end of the show, after that big story thing happens, Zach, you know what I'm talking about, and homie gets big old chonky Boyd on us. That first action sequence with the new people, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And the montage music and everything, that was awesome. I really, really liked that. It made me feel a lot did you guys ever play Sunset Overdrive? One of the launch titles with the Xbox One?
No, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's exactly what it made me feel like. I loved that game. I played the crap out of it, mostly because it was the only game I had. But
I'm surprised it didn't sell better because I've heard so many amazing things about that game, how it's a must play if you own an Xbox.
Yeah, and especially if you really like Cyberpunk Edgerunners, you guys, go play Sunset Overdrive. It still holds up. It's still really good. It's really cheap now. I highly recommend it. It's very, very fun. It's very similar, like that more indie punk style music to everything with the action, and it's over the top, and that's what it made me feel like when I'm watching those. And it gives me, even though it's not been that long, obviously, like I'm not like 65 years old talking about my teens, but it gives me nostalgia, you know?
Yeah.
And I like it a lot.
What do you think the show could do better?
I don't need as many tits on screen.
Oh, that's fair.
Like, it's not a complaint.
I don't need I don't need the fact the guy's getting jerked off. I could do without that. and I mean, like, I'm talking just like David's like going from scene to scene, and like it goes to there's a guy sitting on like a wall getting jerked off, like getting.
I think that's important actually, because it kind of shows the.
Well, it shows
the depravity around him, and like nobody.
Oh yeah, knows. Like it shows that he's not living in a safe area.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see it every fucking time.
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's very understandable. And I mean, yeah. Anything else you guys think the show could definitely do better?
Not voice acting.
Out with like a season 2, which
voice acting's good.
Yeah, voice
acting
is actually really
when
well done.
when Aguilar, when he starts like freaking out, his voice goes too high pitched for the character, for my opinion. But like, he's the one making millions of dollars. I can't really tell him anything.
Yeah, like you said, you've got to feel bad for Zach's characters.
Dude, this man can't catch a break.
His characters are just constantly screwed.
In the first episode,
Tanjiro's family is dead. David, his family's dead, and everything just goes into the shitter. Mm-hmm. His character in Soul Hackers 2 is just he gets murdered within the first like 5 minutes.
Dang.
And then he's forced to kill like his best friend that he's grown up with since he was young, and the only friend he had.
That's fine. I didn't want to watch it anyway.
I 100% doubt you would pay $60 to play that game.
No. Mostly because I just said watch it, but what else was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, what else can it do better? I mean, the world building's great. It feels like Night City because they did a great job. Like you said, transferring the IP to screen. They do a great job with that. Better. I think there's some tropes that are overplayed every now and then. Like, Crazy Gun Girl is Crazy Gun Girl and nothing else.
I mean, yeah, that's accurate.
She gets a little bit more to her character near the end.
She gets, so far for me, she got one scene with Kiwi. And Jason, if you care to not get spoiled, don't listen. But when she's trying to get David to dance with her, and Kiwi's like, and he leaves, and Kiwi's like, you thought about changing your approach? And she's like, what, less crazy? And that's the softest she talked. And I was like, okay. I mean, it's a little late now.
Her character gets a little bit more depth in the last 2 episodes.
It takes, the entire season for the character to get some depth, but it's there, darn it.
Oh, I know what they could do better. I don't like the opening. It's boring to me.
Yeah, I'll admit it. That's something I do really like. I always at least watch an anime's opening once.
The first time, yeah.
I skipped the opening.
And if it's bussin' like Demon Slayer,
all of us
Black
screaming
Clover,
it in my flat.
Black Clover is usually pretty bussin', stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I'll just listen to this every time. I don't get sure. But its intro was kind of lackluster. I was expecting more like techno beats.
It was very
kind of more upbeat.
It was very Cowboy Bebop, but not the vibey music of Cowboy Bebop that makes it so good.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally standing there and I'm like, Spike? But then he doesn't do anything. I'm
Spike.
Like, nah, Spike cooler.
Do you have to take a dipperino, Jason?
I do have to take a dipperino.
All right, buddy.
Hopefully.
Enjoy.
You take care, my friend.
I will try. Keep talking about things.
Go to the Warhammer store. Let me know how it is.
Hey, Boomer.
Tell them Brennan says hi, and they'll definitely be like, who?
They're going to be like, who? The guy that spent hundreds of dollars every time he walked in there.
So, like, once. Twice?
You definitely went at least twice, if not 3 times.
I spent $500 in like 3 trips there.
Jesus Christ.
Good lord.
That's total though. So like, anyway.
All right, anyway, bye-bye.
5 Benjis every time.
Yeah, bye-bye, boys.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye. All right, now that he's gone, I can
God, can't
spoil
stand
a little
that guy.
I know, right? I can spoil it a little bit because I guess we'll transition to the person that's actually had the most experience with the IP.
Oh, that's you.
Because I got the game when it released. I was really excited for it. I played it for about 30 hours, and because it got so many bad reviews and such a bad rep, and it was so broken, kind of, they allowed anybody to get a refund. And I'm pretty sure I've told this before, but I got a refund, and then I got it again. I think like last Christmas or something like that, or last Black Friday, because it was on sale. I was like, screw it, why not?
Yeah, and you played it a lot more then.
Oh yeah, I played it a little bit more, but I've been playing it a lot more recently, just because the anime really got me interested. Like I've tried playing it again. I was like, I don't really feel like playing it. I'm not really in the mood.
You probably tried playing it again most recently before this, obviously.
Yeah.
When I got the game.
I think a little bit of that. I also like because I got Soul Hackers 2, and that's also in the cyberpunk genre.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, I kind of want to play something else that's cyberpunky, and I couldn't get back into the game for some reason. And then I watched the show, and boom, I'm playing this game. Like I played it pretty much all last night.
Yeah.
And I'm playing it a little bit this morning before we started recording.
I'm not talking to Takamura right now.
But the anime I thought was really good. I almost shed a tear at the end. I should have been expecting it. I should know that anime, a lot of good anime, especially action anime, are gonna break your heart at some point.
Is it a limited series?
I don't know. I don't know how they would go on.
Okay, so David dies.
What am I supposed to say to that?
I mean, I told you not to say anything, but that's okay. I don't actually care. If you want to talk about the ending, you can. I don't actually care, dude.
Actually?
You go, I don't know. Is there cool stuff that like I would want to experience on my own with it, or?
Yeah, I won't say like anything. I'll just say I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good ending. Okay. It was really heartwarming while also heartbreaking.
Okay.
And it was kind of for all of our viewers that have seen Akame ga Kill, which I also highly recommend to Brennan. It does have kind of those tropes where it's, big titty lady, but they kind of play on it a little bit, so it's kind of funny. Kind of like Overlord with Albedo.
I was going to say, is it like that, or is it kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen, even, where he just kind of makes fun of her for not being big titty lady?
Kinda. But that show is brutal when it comes to characters. And so it has that kind of situation, especially the endings are kind of similar.
Okay.
But I thought the animation's great. I thought it fit beautifully. We talked about that a little bit before. The music's pretty good. I really like the action.
Like, dude, I don't understand. Well, the music is so good during the show, but then it's so bad in the intro.
I thought the character development was pretty good.
It was pretty good because, like, and this is spoiler territory, obviously.
Yeah.
But with Maine, I grew attached to Maine. I was rooting for him to beat his cyber psychosis, but
yeah, I know. So was I. I was like, oh man. I even liked what's her name?
His girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what's her name? I
don't remember. I just remember him calling her babe all the time.
Let us know in the comments what her name is because I don't remember right offhand. But I liked the whole crew. Rebecca's brother was a little iffy.
I mean, he's dead, so
he was weird. And he got killed by a hobo cyber psycho.
Yeah, literally a nobody.
I wasn't expecting that too. As
soon as he went up there, I was like, okay, he's dead. But I mean,
I think the cinematography of it's great. There are things it could do better.
What do you think it can do better? You haven't really said anything.
I think obviously the intro and the outro
Yeah.
I definitely think maybe it could have brought in like one more character from the game. It didn't even have to be in a big role, just kind of allude to it. Because I actually, this morning, I found one of the new things from Edgerunners, because you find a BD on the ground.
Dorio,
that's it.
I did it.
You find a BD on the ground, and it's the intro or the first like cinematic in Cyber or Edgerunners, where the guy is going cyber psycho.
Yeah.
Oh crap! And it says, "Don't fall into this don't something about," and it mentions David Martinez.
Yeah.
And so you contact one of the fixers, and you're like, "Yo, you know this person?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then you get in touch with Falco. And then he leads you to because he's like, "Yeah, we left this whole life behind." Blah 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 blah. I don't want to spoil anything. And then you get David's jacket. That's the whole quest line. I don't know if they added anything more, but just like maybe throw a little Johnny Silverhand in there. I think that would have like freaked a lot of people out, like in a good way. I definitely think some of the action scenes could have been a little bit like more exhilarating, I guess.
Zachary Bessler, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my mic was going in and out for some reason. I don't know what just happened.
I think the action could have been done a little bit better. Like, could have been more engaging at some points.
Agreed.
Because a lot of it, at least at the beginning, is just David using his speed, chrome, and yeah, I think it could have been done a little bit better. But other than that, I definitely give the show a solid like 9 out of 10. It was one of the first animes I've seen in a long while that I'm like, oh crap, I actually want to see the next episode, and so I finished it in one day. And in terms of the game, it's still broken, sadly, especially on Xbox One. If you want to play it, I definitely recommend playing it on next gen, because there's still a lot of times where I have a lot of audio issues with that game.
Well, even I'm having issues on next gen.
Biggest issue is waiting for textures to load in, because you get to an area and then you have to wait like 15 seconds, which isn't a long time. Like, I know first world problems, but still, when you pay money for a game, you expect it to be finished, especially 2 years after release.
For real.
And so I'm still having texture load in issues. But overall, the game's fun. It has a lot of things you can do. The characters are all interesting for the most part. Yeah, that pretty much I recommend playing Cyberpunk if you really like the show. If you really like the game, I highly recommend watching the show.
You would give it a 9 out of 10 though, really?
Yeah, I would give Edgerunners a solid 9 out of 10.
Okay. I mean, where I'm at right now, it's like a 7.5, but I'm also a way harsher grader.
This was it was one of the few animes I've seen recently that I'm like, oh wow, because like, as much as I love Overlord, the newest season of Overlord is like maybe a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 for me. Just because there are things I'm like, I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, but like,
more of the same.
Yeah. This at least it took it in a new direction, and it was like, I like the small things, like the phone ringing, phone calls and stuff like that in the show are just really accurate to the game and stuff like that. But yeah, it's good.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I give it a 7.5 right now. Maybe it'll go up with the last couple episodes. Like, it's good, but I'm not binging it by any means. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think at the lowest I would go is 8 out of 10.
Fair enough. And let me be clear. When I say it's 7.5, it doesn't mean I don't like it. I'm enjoying it, obviously.
Yeah, like that's the really like 100% deviating really quick before we wrap this all up, is how weird ratings are nowadays. Like a 7 out of 10, which is above average, is considered bad.
I don't
games and shows nowadays.
I don't understand that.
If you don't have like an 8.5 or above, people like don't care. I'm like, bruh, there are so many games that like companies have given like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10
that are great.
I thought were amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, there's games that have gotten really high scores that turned out to be clunkers after like a year.
Yeah, I'm like,
Overwatch. Who?
Oh my god! Did you hear the really controversial news coming with Overwatch 2?
What now?
So, the new characters are going to be locked behind the battle pass.
Bruh.
But if you buy the battle pass, you get the characters immediately. But if you don't, you have to play enough that you unlock them on the free track. Good. Which then brings in the question, doesn't that make the game unbalanced?
Yeah, that's pay to win.
Yeah, exactly. Because you pay and boom, you have legends that some people don't have access to.
Wow.
And so people are really ripping into Blizzard for that one. I mean, they had an opportunity.
I don't know what's going on with Blizzard right now. Like, they made so many positive changes at their company, but for some reason they've gotten super money grubby, and I don't get it. Everything is pay to get, pay to win, pay to win, pay to win with them now.
Exactly. I mean, they had an opportunity to hire 2 great people for their community teams that would listen to the people, but, you know, they missed their chance.
Yeah.
Unless they still want to hire. Just saying.
But yeah, I don't understand, like, going off on that tangent because you brought it up and now I'm upset. I don't understand why they're becoming the new EA with loot boxes, like with Battlefront before they fixed it.
Oh yeah, it's like Diablo Immortal's bad. Like the amount of people, I'm pretty sure we might have mentioned, I don't know if we might have. Just the amount of people that have poured tens of thousands of dollars into it and then just brag about it.
Like, good for you.
I spent $10,000, but I didn't get any good stuff. I'm like, damn, you are really dumb.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And also, back to your ratings thing. Do you know what League of Legends has on Metacritic?
I'm guessing it's a really low score because the community is very toxic.
Not even the community of the game and gameplay itself.
I'm gonna guess like a 6 out of 10.
Close. 78, so a 7. I think that's just a great example. Like, ratings aren't everything.
Yeah.
like Metal Gear Solid, I'm pretty sure has like a 7.5 on there, and that's like one of the pinnacle Metal Gear experiences nowadays.
Well, it's like one of the pivotal stealth experiences because it's one of the few games that really prioritizes stealth.
Yeah.
And like you see a lot nowadays with the ratings that games that are like open world or, you know, really like in the trending genre are getting really high scores, and games that aren't in that genre, like puzzle games, usually aren't really high up there, or smaller games like that, just like they get lower ratings because they're not in that popular trope. But
I know a lot of games that are built to be esports or built to be competitive get rated really poorly, but there's such a vibrant, I wouldn't say community because Rainbow Six, but such a vibrant, just like widespread reach to be had with those titles.
Oh yeah,
because it's just, I mean, we've talked about it. Esports is insanely growing, and it was not going to stop anytime soon, of course. So, yeah, I don't know.
But
I want Darktide 2 to come out. I want Darktide to come out. Gosh darn it.
Understandable. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. Vermintide, but a lot more.
Yeah.
Like I think that those are the Warhammer games that have done really well, or just the
Horde
games.
Yeah, those and the RTSs. Not the newest one. The newest one did poopy poo poo. But yeah, Dawn of War 2. It's still full price on Steam for a reason.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think of Cyberpunk, both the game and the show,
or any of the other random stuff we just randomly talked about.
Yeah, or let us know what your army is for Warhammer.
Yeah, I want to do more Warhammer content. So if there's an audience for it, let me know, because I'm lacking in joy in my life. Anyway,
Mood. But thank y'all for listening. Yeah, hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, whenever you're listening to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch college football now.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.